And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to work on the road. How it's ended.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Marcus Morris. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. And for Denver, Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Murray, and it's Porter in at the three. Morris passes to George. That three off the mark. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. Pass to Jokic. The kick out to Porter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Morris, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Murray against Jackson. And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Murray with the jam.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just landed in. He wanted to make a statement.
And stolen by Barton. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Barton finds Jokic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size. And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body, and I think we will see that in time.
The pass to Batum. Pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Jokic wide open. He shoots, and a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Now Murray. Jokic on top. Shoots from the elbow. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Batum finds Jackson. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. No good from the wing.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Here's Barton. No good. Great D that time from Batum. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Right side, George. And Batum kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Morris outside over Jackson. Here's Millsap. Out to Morris. Pass to Rivers. Back to Morris. Tries again. Pass to Rivers. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Nuggets making a switch here. Holes checked in. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson dishes to George. Down low. Batum passes to Morris. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's good on the putback.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now the pass to McGee. Inside. Here's Bull. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, inside, Bolt does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
George up top. And that one released in time, but no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few thoughts.
Selfless. I mean, you need to put your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Morris, Paul Millsap out there at Bowl. Then there's Austin Rivers, and it's McGee in at the center. Kennard for three. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Millsap, that's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Shrug it off the contact. Millsap would not be denied.
Beverly against Morris. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. And Patterson kicks to Ibaka. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mann. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Beverly against Morris. Down low. Bull, the pass to Millsap. Bull with it. Patterson on him. Passes it to Millsap. Second shot opportunity. Here's Bull. Back to Rivers. Lets the three fly. And no good that time. The Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it's Leonard missing. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bull can't hit.
And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
Poke loose and stolen by Bull. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Morris with the ball, and Morris throws it down.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's foul number 2 for him.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Leonard dishes to Ibaka. A putback, and Leonard stays with it.
Kawhi, a double-digit rebounder in college. Scouts knew that would be a transferable skill of his.
A minute 20 left to play here in the half. Here's Rivers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
First free throw is good.
You know, Austin Rivers, the 10th overall pick in the 2012 draft, has turned into a nice combo guard, having the ability to play the 1 and the 2.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Rivers against Leonard. Over Rivers. Rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got his 5th rebound in this one. From 11 feet away. Bull with it. Patterson on him. Bull can't hit. The Clippers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard. Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Morris against Beverly. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. They get it back. McGee, and the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
And it's McGee with the jam. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Right side, Leonard. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And now that we've got that shot.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Jones. Many of the Jets. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period as it was. And
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You got to like what Nicholas Batum has done in this game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rondo in at the 2. And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside. And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
Morris finds Kennard. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Ibaka comes in for Morris. And Paul George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Kennard's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 3. Here's Barton. Here's Gordon. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Gordon's got his first points of the game.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
Pass to George. To the paint. Zubac's in the post. He's against Jokic. He gets it in there.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Murray, the pass to Barton. Porter looking it over. Pass to Jokic. Second chance shot. He can't get that one to fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Feeds to Jackson. Back to Kennard. Gordon against Ibaka. Outside, George. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Murray. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being. That's one for their first 4 to start the second half.
And it's in there.
And Murray is so deadly with the catch and shoot, Jay. When the D isn't playing up on him, he has no problem going right up with him.
In the corner, George with it. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
To the inside. Outside for George. Offensive rebound. Zubac. Banked in off the glass.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Murray against Jackson. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Murray, good. Murray's got the lead up to 9 now for Denver.
Wow, defensively, for some reason, they've come out flat here in the second half.
Outside, George. There's the pass to Zubac. Jokic grabs the miss.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
They get it again. Porter dishes to Gordon. Paul George with the steal. And Ibaka kicks to George. Looking to get it going. Martin with the rebound.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Poked away. Stolen by George. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Outside, George. And the shot goes in. George has got 6 points.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Outside, Porter. Back to Murray. Porter against Kennard. Porter kicks to Jokic. Tries again. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Denver Nuggets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Austin Rivers is out there with Monte Morris. Then there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Dozier in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Denver calls timeout. Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
Leonard, the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Morris against Beverly.
Morris inside, and he banks in the layup. Morris has got the lead up to 9 now for the Nuggets.
Not everything fell for him in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Morris finds Beverly. Outside Leonard. In the corner, it's Patterson. Morris trying to free himself up. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Morris into the lane. Passes it to Rivers. Now here is McGee. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead, and now they're shooting it much better here in the second.
Knocked away. Stolen by McGee. Outside for Millsap. The dish now to Morris. To the middle. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Leonard attacking. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. It's tipped.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
Wide open. And Bull pulls it down. The Nuggets leading by 11. And the wide open shot from Morris. He goes up again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
That's good from McGee. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Both free throws good from McGee. Here's Beverly. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Rivers gets a wide open look. Off target from three-point range.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Pass to Bull. Back to Morris. Over Beverly. Here's Bull. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nuggets.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for JaVale McGee.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight, he did it by owning the boards.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Morris into the lane. Here's McGee. And there's the feed to Bull. And stolen by Patterson.
It's just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Morris outside. From deep. So the Nuggets win it. A confident win. And all right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve.
Can we get a mic check from you just to make sure the sound?
Okay, DJ, here we go.
Okay, DJ Duarte. Do you have a goal for your overall rating?
And with tip-off.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Reggie Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Batum in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Dallas, Kleba is the four with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the three slot.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the third pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Porzingis. Paul George making his last shot. 5 to shoot. Doncic finds Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
Now here's Leonard. Picked his pocket. Doncic with it. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Jackson gets it to go.
That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Finney-Smith. He kicks it to Hardaway. Pass to Kleba. 5 on the clock. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Here's George. Porzingis with the rebound.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Doncic finds Kleba. Back to Doncic. Off target from outside. The Clippers trail. Here's George. Wow, hammering it in.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Now here's Hardaway. In the corner, it's Kleba. from outside off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Over Jackson. Dallas again missing.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Outside, George. Over Porzingis. George, no good. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Batum. A shot's good on the assist by George.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now here's Kleba. There's a minute left here in the first quarter. Porzingis is double. And the pass to Finney-Smith for the three. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers leading by 4. And George, here we go. And he makes that one.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Doncic. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
.32 seconds left in the first quarter. Count that one. Clippers have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. In the corner, George with it. Over Hardaway. George, no good. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 4-point game. Doncic passes to Hardaway. No good on his first attempt of the game. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 10 points.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Here's Doncic. Lays it up off the glass. 7 points in the game.
You've got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's man in at the 3 spot. Clock at 4. Here's Ibaka. The Mavericks pull it in. To the left wing. Finney-Smith kicks to Kleba. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and in the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Mavericks trailing. Richardson with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Here's Powell. Can't tie it up as that one misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Brunson against Beverly. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. Now, here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. Right wing. Beverly finds Patterson. The shot, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Richardson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
That one drops. He ties it up.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Off target with his 3. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Richardson, good.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Ibaka in the post. Guarded by Powell. Pass to Patterson. High, arcing shot, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school. Major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
Here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside, Redick. 1:30 left now here in the second. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Melly passes to Brunson. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Here's Kennard. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Now Brunson. Pass to Powell. It's Richardson on the wing. Over Kennard. They get it back. Powell. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Brunson finds Richardson. No good on the triple. Clippers leading by 4. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. 9 feet out. Again, Los Angeles.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets. I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Got it off in time. He can't get that one. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points and 1 assist. Kenny, what'd you think about the Clippers? And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Melly in at the 4 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Pass to Redick. Lets it go with a 3. The shot comes out, and the Clippers will come the other way. Patterson dishes to Beverly. He's looking for Patterson and finds him, and it's good for 2. And it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Left side, Redick. Powell against Ibaka. Richardson outside. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Kennard on the wing. Richardson covering. Stolen by Brunson. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Man passes to Beverly. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Man. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And they're pushing it up. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
That's a 2 from Kennard, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Kennard's got his second basket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Richardson finds Brunson. Here's Powell over Patterson. The shot by Powell, no good. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Beverly. Back to Kennard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Mavericks trail by 8. Back to Doncic. And stolen by Patterson. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. .158 left to play here in the third. And George kicks to Batum. Back to George. Knocked loose. Batum dishes to George. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis with the ball. George picks him up. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Hardaway. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, I think Hardaway Jr. has the kind of athleticism that allows him to be a contributor on the backboards.
Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Dallas. Kleba's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Porzingis finds Hardaway. Back Back to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Porzingis has got 6.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
And George, here we go. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
When you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Here's George. And it's off the back rim. No good. Here's Dallas. Big stretch here going 10-2. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Mavericks trail by 4. And here's Doncic. He's got 7. Pass to Kleba. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Now, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers ahead. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. Here's Doncic. Passes it to Kleba. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Shot clock reset for Dallas. And there's the pass to Porzingis. Goes up again. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Morris looking over the floor. Back to George. Mavericks trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Hardaway finds Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. And for the Clippers, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Stolen by George. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. Leonard with the bucket.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And so it's Dallas with it. Trailing by 10. Hardaway passes to Doncic. And that one, good.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Hardaway against George. To the inside. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. Offensive rebound. Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Kleba with it. Pass to Finney-Smith. Shoots over Leonard. That's short off the rim. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. George. Here's Batum. Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's George. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Porzingis. Buries it down low.
He's still filling out that frame, but the greyhound physique of Porzingis well suited to transition play.
Outside Jackson. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. And George, here we go. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Tim Hardaway picks one up. That's good from George.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Kleba, no good. Los Angeles leading by 11. Pass to Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Leonard's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, incredible improvement in Kawhi Leonard's jumper since he came into the league. Give credit to the time spent in San Antonio.
Passes it to George. Back to Jackson. The three ball sinks the three-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid plays, definitely, Kevin.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for George.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
George against Kleba. Now, here's George. Tight defense on him. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something that they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
All free throws good from Doncic. Here's Los Angeles now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. The pass to Leonard. Puts it up from 17. Gets the front of the rim and out. So it's the Mavericks now. A 12-point game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Finney-Smith. Offensive rebound. Porzingis.
You know, and with his height, it is really hard to affect Porzingis' shot without fouling him. He is a problem for defenders.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Outside, George kicks to Leonard. Launches it. No good on that one. Good D by Hardaway. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. Welcome to 2K. And David.
Kevin, thank you. There is no question that...
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Now here's Murray. Now Jokic. Lays it up and banks it in. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
And Jokic slams it in.
Nice to see Jokic running the floor like this because he makes himself a big target in transition.
Here's Dallas. 4-point game. Doncic against Murray. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Out to the right wing. Ball's knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Porter. Up and in on the layup.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. Out to Hardaway. The pass to Finney-Smith. Shot clock at 5. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Now, here's Doncic. To Porzingis. To halt the run. Jokic grabs the miss.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
Lob pass to Gordon.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Up top, Doncic. He's covered by Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Outside, Porter. Passes to Gordon. Pass to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here we go, 1-on-1. No good from Finney-Smith. The Nuggets leading by 8. Left side, Gordon. The pass to Jokic. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Porzingis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Porter.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Murray surveying the D. The kick out to Porter. Pass to Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jokic has got 6.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
The Nuggets now in offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Murray, no good.
I'll tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the miss by Jamal Murray. And it's Gordon with the finish.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Right side, Porzingis. Jokic with the steal. The drive by Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
So on the floor for Denver, we've got Paul Millsap. Monte Morris is out there with Rivers. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Dozier in at the 3 spot. Just 3 to shoot. Kept alive. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Redick.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Morris looking over the floor. Here's Dozier. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Dozier's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets. Morris against Brunson. He kicks to Redick. Passes it to Melly. Releases. Here's Brunson. Banked in off the glass.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
The Nuggets leading by 8. On the wing, Morris. Brunson covering. Morris, no good.
You know, the fact is, he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Monte Morris is checked in for Denver.
One of the things I really like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't play outside of himself. He plays to his strengths.
And the dunk by Bull.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Here's Rivers. Mavericks with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Paul Millsap is checked in for the Nuggets. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Morris against Doncic. Morris dishes the Bull. It doesn't go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Redick. Dallas no good that time either. Denver leading by 9. Millsap inside, covered by Redick. Goes back up. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Tell you what, you can hit him, slap him, try to wrap him up. Really doesn't matter because Millsap is so strong, he's able to fight through all of that.
A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
It's his first trip to the line.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Aaron Gordon comes in for Bull. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. And Barton subbed in for Austin Rivers. Back to Doncic. .102 left here in the second. Misses the three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Absolutely terrific in transition. When the floor opens up, Barton attacks and doesn't let up.
Mavericks trail by 14.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Morris against Doncic. Six to shoot. Back to Redick. Shoots the three. And it's Denver with the rebound.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
And Redick kicks to Doncic. Back to Redick. Dallas moving the ball around. Doncic passes to Pop, and they pick up two.
Boy, I like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Denver with a 14. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson. What a start it was for Aaron Gordon. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Penny, what did you think about what we saw from Denver? And that's going to do it for us here.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Well, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts this. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. And Barton throws it down.
Speed and athleticism of Barton, superb. So venomous on these drives to the rim. Take that, fellas. Boy, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Oh, trying for it. Porter, no luck.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Barton outside. Outside, Porter. Down low, Porzingis with the steal. Here's Hardaway. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
Porter, no luck. Mavericks trailed by 15. Brunson with it, now guarded by Murray. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. Gordon's running, and it's Murray with the jam.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
To the wing right side. In the corner, it's Kleber. And it's sent back by Jokic.
You know, this is what we've seen Jokic do every night. I mean, he puts himself in position to make an impact on the game.
There's Porter with the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Kleber, and Kleber slams it in.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
And that's an intentional foul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo O'Malley comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Hardaway. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Here's Powell, and he banks in the layup. Powell's got 5.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
Richardson with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Mavericks with possession here. Here's Melly. Millsap covering. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Millsap has the open look. Here's McGee, and he makes good on the layup.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
"16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Richardson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Mavericks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
You know, at this point of his career, Richardson knows his role, understands it, embraces it. He's a 3-and-D guy who gives you great effort at both ends of the court.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nuggets lead by 13. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Paul Millsap. Ole is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers, and it's Morris in at the point guard position. Morris against Brunson. Shot clock at 5. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
And they found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Richardson against Rivers. Outside Millsap. It's hauled in by Richardson.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Denver leading by 9. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. He dishes it to McGee. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Here are the Mavericks now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis, stolen by McGee. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. And yes, it's good. Rivers has got his first 2 points. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
the activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Rebound by the Nuggets. McGee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the wide open shot from Morris. Outside for Millsap. Now the dish to Morris. From the arc. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Throws it up high.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Morris outside. Back to Rivers. In the corner, Bull with it. Puts it up from 12. The Mavericks pull it in. And now we've got the intentional foul. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. The 17-footer. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Porter, here we go. That one good for 2. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
Porzingis against Jokic. The tray. Here's Finney-Smith. 5 on the clock. Here's Doncic. No good off the front iron.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Nuggets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. And it's Murray with the jam.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Mavericks ball. From deep three-point range, off on that one. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks, for Greg.
Incognito?
Yeah, I want to stay on just for a little bit, at least.
You might be able to get an NBA logo above your head. How do you feel about that?
That's big time. I need that.
I definitely need that.
Some people don't want it because it draws too much attention to themselves.
Coming right up, it's the NBA Live on 2K Sports on this Tuesday afternoon. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the power forward. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Pass to Leonard from past the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound. Here's Murray. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Can't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Here's Murray. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
George passes to Batum. Los Angeles with another miss.
Oh, my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
2 points. That one goes.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Morris outside. From outside the arc. Jokic grabs the miss.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And that one drops.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And Jokic drops them both.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
And there's the pass to Morris. Right side, Batum. The shot missing. Now Denver takes it the other way. Barton right side. In the corner, Murray with it. To the paint. Here's Gordon. Jokic trying to free himself up. A second chance effort. Shakes him. And Jokic slams it in.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Porter looking it over. Batum against Jokic. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And George kicks to Leonard. From about 16, and it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Here's Gordon. The second effort. And again, Jokic. Jokic has got 8.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And George, here we go. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
so smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Barton outside. Outside Gordon. Inside. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 8. And stolen by Barton. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Gordon's running. Here's Jokic. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
It's good.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
The Nuggets leading by 8. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Off with the layup.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's Leonard missing. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
So on the floor for Denver, JaVale McGee is out there at Bowl. Then there's Monte Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap, and it's Rivers in at the 2 guard.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Rebound by the Clippers. To the paint. Here's Patterson. And the call. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing that that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he knocks down the first one.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
And Patterson drops them both. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Pass to Millsap. Now, here's Bull. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And so here are the Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Kennard against Rivers. Back to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Morris inside, defended by Beverly. Outside for Millsap. Here's McGee to feed the ball. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Patrick Patterson.
And the size Ball has poses problems for any defense, especially when he's trying his best to be aggressive scoring.
Clippers trail by 6. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Beverly against Morris. Ibaka for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. They've led by as much as 10.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Kennard, the pass to man, and he gets it to go.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. They lead by 4. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to McGee. Back to Morris. 5 to shoot. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
To the middle. Here's Beverly. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Bull and the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Murray surveying the D. Jokic finds Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
Pass to Kennard. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. Back to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Murray. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And it's Murray with the jam.
Love the commitment from Murray on defense, moving his arms all around to come up with these steals.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. And stolen by Barton. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Will it go? The pass to man. Kennard on the wing. That one goes in. Kennard's got 4 points this quarter.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
Murray for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break at the 3rd quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. And Jokic throws it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. George against Barton. And George, here we go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Clippers trail by 11. Morris with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up, and so they foul intentionally. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile 1 block.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Jackson passes to George. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
There's 2 things they rely on him for, being competitive and bringing energy.
A 3 from Leonard. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Murray. The kick out to Barton. Takes the 3. That shot off. And the Clippers will come the other way. To the inside. Jokic with the steal. It's Barton on the wing. Outside for Murray. Outside Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
Big group substitution here for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. Millsap comes in for Gordon. Rivers, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Rivers against George. Leonard on the wing. It's up a 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Leonard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Kawhi with the 3, showing he's able to stretch the floor more and more.
Morris into the lane. Here's McGee. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 12. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
Morris against Jackson. Morris dishes to McGee. Morris trying to free himself up. McGee's shot is off. And they go to the intentional foul. Bol, he's checked in for Porter. Here's Jackson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Leonard gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Jackson against Morris. Passes it to Rivers. 1:29 left to play in the third. Three-pointer. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Bull. Morris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Jackson kicks to Zubats. A three from Morris. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires for three. That one doesn't drop. Denver leading by 10. Bull the pass to Morris. Here is McGee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Stolen by Jackson. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
For Los Angeles, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts, and both free throws good for Paul George.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Morris against Jackson. Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Bull. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Denver, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. And the technical free throw is good. .32 seconds left in the third. Morris inside. Jackson on him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bull. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Bull's got 6 points.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
And with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket for Morris.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Here's Bull, and the dunk by Bull.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Denver on top, leading by 10. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Austin Rivers, Paul Millsap out there with Bull. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's McGee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Morris against Jackson. Rivers in the corner. McGee finds Morris. Knocks it loose. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And Morris throws it down.
Excellent pass, PG-13. Keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Jackson against Morris. The Clippers grab the miss. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And that's an intentional foul. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. George with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. From 15 feet away. Rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bull with it. Leonard's there. Bull kicks to Millsap. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Just 5 on the clock. Rivers passes to Morris. No good from outside.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And an intentional foul right there. Beverly the pass to Patterson. And it's Denver with the rebound. Gordon's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Murray. Wants to get it to Barton and does. Here's Jokic. Shot on the wing. And another miss by Denver.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Beverly wide open. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
And the Clippers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis, he talked with the team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Thanks, David. That one falls. And it's a 12-point Nugget lead.
And guys, he has all the makings of an elite scorer. Porter combines size, athleticism, and terrific shot-making ability. That is rare.
At the elbow, it's Cousins. Down low. And Ibaka slams it in.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
Murray outside. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. Now the pass to Man. And he makes it look easy. Dunking it hard with one hand.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Jokic against Ibaka. And Jokic throws it down.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Ibaka. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Ibaka's got 4 points in the quarter. Denver leading by 8. And so they foul intentionally for the Clippers. Here's Jokic. Murray outside. Batum with the steal. And pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And here's George for 3. No good that time.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's sent back by George. Jackson kicks to George. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Hey, 35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Jackson against Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Batum, and the dunk by Batum.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts And the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Murray outside. And the rejection by Jackson. So the Nuggets win it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a run. It's out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at point guard. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
George looking over the floor. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Hardaway finds Kleba. Over in the corner, Doncic. And the 3 off target.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Porzingis showing a little strength down low that time. You can't get upset at the D for being physical with him on that play.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now, here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here's Doncic. And the pass to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And good that time.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And George kicks to Beverly. Back to George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. That's good for George on the assist by Beverly.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
Hardaway with it. He's picked up by Cousins. And it goes down 2 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
George dishes to Beverly. Back to George. The shot that time not on target. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Clippers trail by 4. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. Lays it in off the breakaway. Porzingis has got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Hardaway against George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Passes it to Kleber. Back to Porzingis. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Nice open look, but it's no good. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Doncic against George. Doncic outside. Pass to Kleber. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Now, here's Doncic. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Kleber with the bucket.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
George passes to Ibaka. Here's Leonard. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Dallas leading by 7. And the dunk by Doncic.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
George, that's a 2-pointer. And a little luck that time, but it drops. George has got 8 points.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Basket counts.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Beverly kicks to George. Hands it from downtown. 11 points in the game.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
And stolen by Cousins. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback stuff.
Old school basketball, you know, and it's fun.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Richardson outside. Back to Brunson. To the middle. The shot by Redick, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Morris into the lane, and Morris throws it down.
And not a next-level athlete, but Morris has the ability to face up and beat his man off the dribble.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. For Dallas, they've gone 0 of 4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Pass to Redick. There's the pass to Powell. Kicks it out to Richardson. Redick dishes to Richardson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Richardson finds Redick. And the layup falls. Redick's got his first basket of the night.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Marjanovic against Morris. And that one's good. Marjanovic. And the Mavericks lead by 2. Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. The drive by Jackson. Passes to Kennard. Here's Mann. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Baseline J on the way. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Second shot opportunity. Here's Powell. Kicks it out to Richardson. Here's Brunson. No points in the game yet for him. 4 on the clock. Here's Marjanovic. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want...
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The shot by Redick, no good.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
Second free throw, no good. The Mavericks trail it. Thompson with it. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Morris right side. All sorts of time. Here's Zubac. He feeds it to Morris. Zubac kicks to Morris. Outside Jackson. Morris trying to free himself up. Jackson misses. Dallas shooting reasonably well, 45%. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Here's Redick. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Redick's got it all tied up now for Dallas.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Tie game in Los Angeles.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points and 1 assist. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've got Ibaka, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's George in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Basket good. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Porzingis at the elbow. Outside Hardaway. Kicks it to Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Ibaka outside. Back to Leonard. Nice D from Porzingis.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Pass to Beverley. Back to George. Over Hardaway. George, no good.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Consistent in finding ways at coming up with steals. Patrick Beverley in the shorts of the opposition.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, and how about Cousins out in transition? The big guy running the lane and showing the little guys how it can be done.
Doncic passes to Cleveland. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Clippers in the lead. Outside, George. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Leonard, no luck.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Outside, Porzingis. Doncic against George. And Doncic throws it down.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter of the game. Beverley finds George. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
That's power from DeMarcus Cousins.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jackson drives in. Mavericks trail by 4. It's Richardson on the wing. Dallas calls timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Melly. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Richardson dishes to Redick. Dallas moving the ball around. Marjanovic finds Doncic. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Morris inside, guarded by Powell, and Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Here's Doncic. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Dallas shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
The 3. Can't get it to fall.
Well, the instincts there shown by J.J. Redick, pretty remarkable, doing everything.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers ahead, up by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Dwight Powell is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Richardson in at the 2 spot. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Redick, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, the former Dookie, J.J. Redick, has carved out an incredible role as one of the league's most deadly shooters.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Kennard, the pass to Mann. Back to Kennard. Morris inside. Powell's there. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dallas. Kennard finds Zubac. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Zubac, the pass to Morris. Shoots over Powell. Morris, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Was shot by Redick, no good. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Redick surveying the D beyond the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the inside. Here's Mann. Back to Morris. Pass to Mann. On the wing, Morris. Hits the jumper in space. Now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
It's Redick on the wing. Jackson against Brunson. Back to Redick. Inside. Here's Powell. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The pass to Finney-Smith. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Kennard. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
The drive by Doncic.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Jackson passes to Mann. Morris against Cleveland. Passes it to Mann. And here's Kennard. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
There's 1:40 left in the fourth. On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Doncic. On the wing, Hardaway. Doncic outside. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
How about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Outside, George. Headshot off. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Here's Doncic. The putback. Porzingis on the follow. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Well, that's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. .59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George dishes to Ibaka. Leonard the pass to George. Ibaka, good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
Doncic looking it over. To the paint. It's in!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And here's Leonard from 3. Another shot. No good from Cousins. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 4. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
So a close game sees Dallas taking this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Will Barton is out there with Murray. Then it's Aaron Gordon, and it's Porter in at the small forward position. Well, Doris, it should be an interesting matchup in the low post. How do you see the battle of the bigs playing out in this one tonight?
Boy, what a classic low post strength-on-strength contest we are in for tonight. Now, that's more the exception than the norm these days. But I'll tell you what, you give me some skilled big men on the box doing work, I'm all about that.
Just 4 to shoot. It's deflected. Murray finds Barton. Denver the rebound. Murray the pass to Gordon. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Well, sheer strength on these finishes. Aaron Gordon pushes through anything you might throw at him.
Pass to Porzingis. We're about 1 minute into the first. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6. Over to the wing. Here's Porzingis. Misses off the right iron. And here's Denver.
In a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris. Fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
Look, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon.
Now here's Porzingis following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now here's Murray. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Finney Smith. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And so it's Dallas with him after the Nuggets pick up 2. And here is Doncic from deep. That one's off. He starts the game with the miss. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Murray with the ball. Here's Gordon. That's tipped. Now Porzingis. And that one is good.
See, you can tell Porzingis knows when he's in close, he's got the kind of size, touch, and length to make that look easy.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Doncic against Murray. Here's Barton. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Now here's Doncic. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside? Wow.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Murray. They grab their own miss. Mavericks leading by 4. Finney Smith passes to Kleber.
Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
For 3, Murray. Denver gets it back. Here's Jokic. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Down low. Porzingis kicks to Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Doncic with it. To the inside. And there's Murray on the assist by Porter. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Back to Hardaway. Out to Doncic. It's all tied in Denver. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Cole is out there with Paul Millsap. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers. And it's Morris in at the point. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. And it's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. The free throw drops for Rivers. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Morris against Brunson. Morris passes to Millsap. Sent back, and they get it back. Bull. Here's McGee.
They're shooting around 36% here, less than ideal, and they shot it well in the first, but have had trouble getting clean looks here in the second.
Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from J.J. Redick. Nuggets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Morris passes to McGee. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Goes back up, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. Both free throws good from McGee. Mavericks trail by 3. Richardson outside. Outside, Redick. Passes it to Melly. 5 on the clock. Millsap with the steal. Goes up, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
We've gotten used to Millsap's elite level defending, and there it was on display again. The steal leading to the fast break. Whether he's in the passing lanes or on the ball, he is a problem for the opposing offense.
Outside, Redick. From outside, off the mark.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Mavericks trail by 5. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now here's Richardson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Rivers. And it's Melly with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
But you can see the quickness of Dwight Powell on the drive. He can catch defenders off guard.
For Dallas, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And so he hits both. Here's Morris. There's the pass to Rivers. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Melly. And Redick now, it's off the key. He kicks it to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Inside, 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Rivers, and finished off by Rivers.
Austin Rivers, opportunistic in transition. That's what happens when you sprint the floor.
54 seconds left in the first half. Redick surveying the D. McGee with the block, and they're able to recover. Oh, that's good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter, and now they decide to foul intentionally. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now here's Murray. 27 seconds left to play in the first half. Count that bucket. Jokic just got his second bucket tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Luka Doncic, from the moment he stepped between the lines in the NBA, has flashed incredible potential and skill.
All free throws good from Doncic.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And here is Murray. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Gets it off. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Nuggets leap. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. And one of the strengths of this Denver team is... and that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Austin Rivers with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Now here's Doncic. He has 6. And stolen by Gordon. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
The Mavericks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Here's Doncic. The Nuggets getting the bucket. From deep. It's hauled in by Gordon.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Murray finds Barton. And it's Jokic in the corner. And it's Denver scoring again.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Right side, Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. They get the rebound. Good defense by Jokic.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Now, here's Porter. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Right side, Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Wow, how about the burst? Aaron Gordon off the floor so fast. Don't sleep on him, gentlemen. You're going to look silly.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
You know, there was so much hype around Kristaps Porzingis once he got off to a great start in his first year. And you just want to see him continue to grow and add dimensions to the offensive game every year. What's next? We'll see.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Melly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. Redick comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Richardson, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Here's Melly.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Here's Rivers. Second chance shot. Morris outside. And foul on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands. as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 8. Paul Millsap with the rebound. And here's Denver. They're on a 14-4 run. Here's McGee. A second chance effort. The Mavericks pull it in. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Richardson attacking. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Brunson against Morris. The feed now to McGee. For 3, Millsap. But they'll get another chance. Back to McGee. No good there.
Good at staying with his man. Love watching Redick hustle and just make a difference on that end.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Nuggets on top as they end the 3rd quarter on a 14-6 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Rivers out there with Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Bull in at the power forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. The Nuggets leading by 11. Now Morris. Outside Millsap. Morris finds Millsap. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Now, here is Morris. To the middle, here's McGee. Here's Bull. There's the dish to McGee. Makes it off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He was not pleased. He said, you guys look dead out there. Told them they've got to play with more activity. And then he said, this is not going to cut it. I have to see who's going to step it up. Guys.
Thank you, David. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And when Jokic drives, he's like a freight train with that great physical ability, able to kind of push the defense wherever he wants them to go.
And so here is Dallas. Denver getting their last shot to go. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. Clock at 4. Pass to Kleba. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Nuggets leading by 13. Murray with it. Over to the left wing. Jokic finds Gordon. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Murray outside. And again, Denver no good.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Murray right side. Passes it to Jokic. Doncic with the steal. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Murray against Doncic. And there's the pass to Jokic. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic finds Porzingis. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hardaway. Can't get it to fall. The Nuggets leading by 7. Oh, Porter in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. 1:03 left in the game. Now here's Hardaway. Over in the corner, Doncic. Over Murray. And no good. Trying to use the glass. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Hardaway passes to Finney-Smith. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr., a better playmaker than maybe people think. This guy very good at breaking the defense down.
Pass to Gordon. Kicks it to Barton. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Finney-Smith. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Cauley-Stein. He's off on that one. Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point. You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
So we see Denver get the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For